Hello and welcome to the Pirate King Plays Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning. As I like to do with new games, I am starting on my home screen here so we can see the full startup. Now this game is out for PS Plus at the moment, which is how I ended up with it. It's apparently a remaster of a 2012 game. The remaster came out last year. So I'm assuming it's not going to look incredibly good. But it has some very good reviews. And it's been a while since I've played an RPG where I can literally make my own character. And it's a good old hack and slash, I think. Check the options. Autosave on, of course. Hide helmet. We'll see. I'm sure I can change that inside. Tutorials on. Lock minimap. Sure, why not? Image HUD scaling mode. Default. Alright. Subtitles on, of course. Oh dear, okay. What? No. Why did that go up? Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Graphics, brightness. What am I? Oh, it's just the one image it's showing me? That's odd, it's not even centered. Controls. Sprint mode. Yeah. I was looking up tips and tricks for this earlier, and one that came up continuously through multiple articles was change your sprint mode immediately. Okay. Oh, it's showing me a... Is that a PS4 controller? Yeah, it's a PS4 controller. Okay. Well, it is the PS4 version. Cool. The camera. Sure, why not? I don't really know about any of these until I play. Okay. There's a manual for it. Alright. Well, let's start our new game, shall we? On normal. Another tips and tricks thing said, if you want any challenge at all, make sure to pick hard or very hard. So we're going for normal. Yes, autosave, of course. The very recognizable, just spinning circle.
From the beginning, we were wrong.
Well, that's a way to start it.
Well into the second decade of the conflict, have we begun to understand the mistakes we have made. We lived in harmony among the Fae, in a world awakened to new magic. Perhaps we should have foreseen what might be born on this rising tide. What force might awaken. A force powerful enough to twist even the eternal and immutable Fae folk.
How many of them shot arrows and only 2 hit?
Gadflo, the new king of the Winter Court, surprised us all. Singular among his people, he was all that other Fae were not. Aggressive, ambitious, visionary. He had power like none we had ever seen, terrible and deadly. Gadflo and his followers, the Tuatha Deon, believed that a new god was to be born in the east, beneath Gadflo's crystalline fortress of Amathen. In the name of that god, they marched to war against the young races of Amalur. Against a mortal army, no matter the power of their god, we might have been victorious. But the Fae are creatures of magic, not bound by the laws of life and death. Each Tuatha fallen on the battlefield would soon rise again, for the Fae do not know death as we do.
What?
How could we stand against such a force? For
Is
10
that-
years, the war raged. For 10 years, the armies of men and Alfar fought and died. But as our numbers dwindled, we knew that it was only a matter of time. Our fate had been written. At least, that is what we believed. Until you died.
What? Until I died? Also, was that their explanation for why enemies respawn? They don't state it. Oh, the cards. Boom! Title drop! Okay! That was good. Ah! The shape that he was holding there. I'm like, what, do we have cell phones here?
What do you think this one is then? Alpha? Garani? Could even be a Jotun. Always a surprise, eh, Garan?
No.
Eyes on the job, boy. Don't matter what it is. Dead's dead. And be thankful for that. All we've seen. Go on and pull back the sheet, though. It'll need to be in our report, one way or the other.
And here's where we make a character. Let's take a look, shall we? The Almain are a warlike and religious nation of a storied origin. Many Almain come to the Feyland seeking freedom, while honoring the traditions of their homeland. Got those racial bonuses, alright. Varani. Hardened by the high seas, the Varani are just as frequently pirates and mercenaries as they are shrewd merchants. They favor swords and daggers as seaworthy weapons. The Yosofar are a proud and ancient people from the frozen lands of the north. The Yosofar judge themselves fit to divine right from wrong under wind, sun, and sky, and meet in even-handed justice. Dokalfar are renowned as sophisticated students of magic and diplomacy. While they do not shy from conflict, they prefer to resolve disputes subtly and with grace, or efficiently in silence. Oof. Okay, and I'm guessing, yeah, I can change race here. Or change, these are the races and genders. Only got the two. We'll decide if I want to play a guy or a girl. After we choose this. I've heard that Varani is very good for beginners. Partly because of that lock-picking bonus. Oh, and detect hidden too? Ooh, okay. I'm probably going to go with this, I think. I mean, would I not be the Pirate King if I went for the pirate race? But who should I play? Yeah, let's go with the guy. I mean, as much as I like looking at the women better, I am the straight man. It kind of goes that way. It's honestly a hard choice to know what I want to play as. Though, let's see, what were the last few games I played? Psychonauts 2, male protagonist. Kena and the Bridge of Spirits, female protagonist. I have a male protagonist in Genshin. Fuck, what did I play before that? But I've kind of been alternating, it seems. Even if not on purpose, so let's continue that. We get to choose our god, I guess. Our patron. Vrakor, god of fire and patron of the forge. Fire damage and resistance. Njordir, god of water, patron of fishing and sailing. Ice damage and resistance. Theodon, god of war, battle and tactics. Physical damage and armor up. Ooh. Belen, god of death. Crit hit and crit chance and damage up. Lupoku, god of mischief, patron of brewing, poison damage and resistance, or none. Beholden to no god, your self-sufficiency yields its own rewards. Experience bonus. Nah, I mean, these are all bad. I'm gonna go with Theoden, god of war, battle, and tactics. Oh. Is this just where we start, then? Because I'm sure I get to actually edit this myself. Just to make it easier, I'm mostly looking at face shape. This is the exact same face shape with different hair and tattoos. That's a different shape, different shape. Start with this. Yeah, there we go. Oh, yeah, so we have to change the shape here. It was this one, right? Yeah, I think so. Skin tone. A good selection. I think I'll stick with this for now. Oh, yeah, the whitest one, of course. Eye color. Either going with red or blue. Blue is usually it. That might actually be silver, but it's easier to see. Oh, is that red or brown? I need to like actually get closer to my screen to see this better. One of these two, I think. This is, I think it's red, but it's kind of brown. Let's go with this one. Eyeshadow color. Where is that even? Oh, it's kind of on top of the eye? There? Like, I can't even zoom in. Almost afraid to press any buttons. Oh, eyeshadow darkness. See? It's like barely changing. Oh, that may be because I chose a different color, yeah. Yeah, that'll do. Lipstick color. Huh. Not quite as... I'm not really finding the red I'm looking for. Oh, there we go. Intensity. Maybe actually show me what this looks like. Yeah, that's a purple. Hairstyle. Currently have... Well, let's start at the beginning. That's not bad. Oh, hair color. That's easy to choose, though. Give me my red hair. Oh. There we go. There's our fire red. Not bad. No. It kind of reminds me of Suki from Avatar. No. 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 Oh, that's kind of the tied up thing there. It's not bad. But, no. There was something that kind of stood out to me. So this one? With the braids on the side? That's not bad. See, this is why I put in my online announcement, hey, come make a character with me, because that's going to be the start. Yeah, actually, I think I like this one best. A good ponytail with some bangs or whatnot. Should probably make this match the hair, yeah? There we go. Accessories. Jewelry. Like a chain link or something? Oh. Yeah, you know what? Let's just start at the beginning. Don't know if I'll have jewelry or not. This is nothing. Nose stud. Brow piercing. Ha, nope. One earring. Same thing on the other side. Not the same thing, but close. Both of these. Both of those. No. No. These are pretty simple. Bone. Another bone. Another brow piercing. This is what we started with, I think. Uh-huh. On one ear. Lip piercing? Nose piercing? No. What the fuck is this? Yeah, it's kind of just wrapping around the earlobes. Oh, that's the end. Okay. No facial piercings, I don't think. But earrings, yes. Let's just see which ones I want. They don't need to be that big. Just kind of studs. Two on one ear. Yeah, we'll go with... I want it even. I want it even. That's pretty good. Tattoo! I honestly kind of like what she's got. Alright, so start with nothing. Alright. Okay. The tattoos for this actually look good so far. Some of them we can't quite see, of course. Oh, can I get that on both sides? Ooh. Oh. Oh, I might want to choose a different hairstyle for that one, but... Yeah, these crowns with no forehead showing, it's kind of hard to tell. Let's just pull the hair back for right now. Oh. I actually like this one. Not bad. Alright. Those are almost like scars. Yeah, no. Not bad. Yeah, definitely this one. If we go back to hairstyle, is this what I want with that? Maybe not with that. What was the other thing I was thinking about? Oh, this is kind of a shorter version of the other one. And it shows more of the face. Yeah, we'll go with that. Tattoo color is honestly, I think, pretty good already. Oh, we can make it bright blue. Much brighter red. But no, that kind of brown red is pretty good. Plus, if we turn the intensity down a bit. Yeah. Then it goes back to face. No, definitely this face. Yeah, I think here's our character.
One of the Varani women. Must have followed a mercenary band over. Maybe one of them herself. Doesn't much matter now. Fared pretty well, though. All right, then. Make sure it goes into the report. You know he'll want all the details.
Amazing how well the body held up. Better than I've seen.
I'm just glad it's not moving. Must have been born under a lucky star, this one.
Anything else we need?
Yes, the protagonist star.
Unless you'd like to name her, I think we're done. Put her with the others.
I mean, yeah, I get to name her. Isolde is the one it puts in there. Definitely not. What do I choose for a female name? You know what? Wait, no, that won't work with this. There's a whole race of Fae. I can't name her Fae. Oh man, what would be a good name though? Because I don't want a name that fits more in our world than their world. I want a name that'll fit in their world. Damn, Fae is usually my go-to. But it won't work here. So, let's see. No, that's just pulling that from the other game. Oh man, the last time I had to name a female character was Mass Effect Andromeda, where you get the last name Ryder, so I named her Red. Red Rider. Like Red Riding Hood, or the Red Plains Rider. It sounded right at the time. I mean, I could go with that for her here, just like, yeah, I don't tell anyone my real name, this is just my nickname, Red, because, you know, the hair. Reed? Like, you'd think Reed might be a guy's name, but I've actually met someone who Wait, fuck, did they come out as non-binary or trans? That may not actually work. That reference doesn't work. No, that doesn't work either. I'm like running a bunch of names through my head, and it is not it's not working too well. This is always like the most difficult part of building a character is the name. Because the other things you can just... There are sliders, you can sort through them, but... No, a name? about... with the Y for a bit of flair, Robin. No, that... it's not bad. My mind is going to names of other, like, fictional characters. It actually went to, like, some of the Batman characters first, and, like, it's like, oh, what about Batgirl? Wait, her name was Barbara. I'm not naming her that. What? It's like, oh, there's Cassandra Cain. Wait, Cassie. We just had a Cassie in the last game. No, we're not doing that. Selena isn't bad. I do like the idea of an R name, though. And you'd think it would have given us, like, an actual stylized screen for this, but I guess we just do it off-game. Man, with all this thought, Isolde isn't sounding that bad. I gotta come up with something, though. That's not bad either, but it's also too English. Hey, if anyone's in chat and wants to suggest some names, the time to do that would have been starting a few minutes ago and continuing on through now, so all suggestions welcome! Samsara? I mean, I've actually met a Samsara. They were pretty nice, but no, when I actually say it out loud, that doesn't quite roll off the tongue as well as I want it to. I need something with, like, if I'm gonna say my character's name as much as I might end up doing, it's got to be something that feels good to say, that rolls off the tongue, has a good mouthfeel, whatever the phrase would be for this. I mean, Lily is always an option. Off the top of my head, I know technically 3 Lilies. Though only one of them, that's their real name. And the one whose real name it is... no. Oh, that's something. Wait, no. Allegra is fucking... damn it. It was based on someone else's name, but then realized, no, Allegra is a fucking medication. That's not gonna work. Actually, but if I keep going on that... Alara. I mean, I could always do Allura. Get some critical roll up in here. Yeah, let's do Allura. Okay.
Well, that's it for you then. Better luck next time.
I love this. You get to make your character, name your character, and then get tossed in the furnace. Or the pile of dead bodies. Oh, this is a place you'll want to start a game. Covered in the dead and rotting. This is actually the second game I've played where you start in a pile of dead bodies. The other was Vampire. They really not realize she was just knocked out? Or did I get, like, revived or something? Also, not a furnace. Literally just a hole in the ground down into a cavern where they dump dead bodies. That's... I can't even begin to get the right level of sarcasm for the word sanitary at that. Ugh, look at this shit. Alright, Allura. How we doing? New active quest, Out of Darkness. Oop, there's my dodge. Shit. Camera's pretty sensitive. I actually have to turn it down, we'll see. I don't seem to have a jump. Experiment disposal. Secrecy is still important to our work, requiring specialized disposal of our unfortunate failures. Piling remains have become a concern in the lower caverns, so an incinerator has been added to deal with the waste. This should make disposal work slightly less horrible, although you should avoid drinking water from downstream of the ash dumps. Hardly a fitting rest for the poor things, but if it's any consolation, these weren't their original bodies in the first place. Fulmer's Hughes. I could have left that there, I guess. Wait, what? Oh. Okay. Cool. Maybe I should look and see if there's a map. Something about the camera is not quite gelling with me. Incinerate that body. Rusty sword. Okay, our main menu. The inventory section of your pause menu contains new items. Try accessing now. It's all the items you equipped. Newly acquired longsword is under weapons. Primary and secondary weapon. Primary, rusty longsword. That is certainly rusty. Okay, I can still do other things like, what do we got for armor? Tattered shirt and leggings. Oh, okay. Sure. It gives me armor, so I should probably leave it on. Disposal notes. And junk. Apparently, adding things to junk makes it real easy to sell things. Alright, I'm actually gonna try turning the camera sensitivity down. Field of view. Actually, I might want to increase that. Huh. Auto follow. Maybe that's what's going on. Also, quests. Quest log. It needs all your quests. It said active quests. Alright. So yeah, that's the only one we have right now. Find a way out! I woke up in a pile of corpses somewhere deep underground. I have no memory of who I am and no clue where I am. I need to find a way out of here.
They're all over. Run!
What's all over?
Scatter, children of dust! Scatter before the might of the Tuatha!
Okay, so that's my attack button. Just making sure. Can I break things? I can break things! Excellent. Hopefully there's no weapon durability. Is there weapon durability? Yes, there is! Oh no. Oh, no, they're... Okay. I don't know what takes it down, but it wasn't them.
Stay away! No child of dust shall escape.
Child of dust.
Help! Anybody!
I'm coming!
You! Up there! Please help me! Please!
Poor mortal scum! No. All die.
Oh, wait.
Whoa! Sorry.
Seen you before? On the slab. You were dead. It worked. By the tome, it worked. You're alive.
What happened to me?
You died.
There's
I
a
don't know
fucking
how,
armor message up there. It's
right?
not going away.
But your body was remade in the Well of Souls, and somehow it worked. The well restored your soul to your body, and it worked. We must get you to Professor Hughes right away. He'll have questions for you.
Who are these attackers?
Oh my, you don't know? Perhaps the process damaged your memory. They are the Tuatha Deon, the enemies of all the young races. We've never seen them this far inland, not even during the invasion. I don't know why they are here. Hughes may have the answer to that as well. You must stay alive and reach him.
I like that this is all voiced. I like that I have conversation options. That's very good. I don't like that it makes the majority of the screen black. And I don't like that fucking message hasn't gone away yet. Who's Hughes?
Professor Formerus Hughes. The Well of Souls is his life's work. The Tuatha are coming into the lower levels. If we hurry, we should be able to beat them to the top. Take these. They'll help keep you safe long enough to get to Hughes. Now, let's get going!
Minor healing potions. Okay.
He'll be in his study on the ground floor of the tower. At least, I hope he's there. And safe. Oh my. You don't know?
Oh, we did that already.
We've never seen them this far inland. Not even during the invasion.
So is this...
I wish I could tell you more. You showed no signs of life when we removed your new body from the well's waters. We just put it in the furnace room with the others. We would have never done that if we knew. The Well of Souls is just ahead. You'll see. And it works. It restored you to life. There will be plenty of time to explain later. We've got to get going. Let me get this done. We can be on our way. Right this way. You go first.
Armor. Equip old boots. Ah, these are better. There we go. Things. Oh wait, hold on. Consumables, minor healing potion. Map to radial. Item radial allows you to quickly access consumables from the game. You can access consumables from your inventory, selecting the empty slot, pressing X. You can also add consumables item radial while in game by pressing L1. Minor healing potion. Right. I think I'm gonna add the ragged stuff to junk, so it's not here, and I can sell it later. Here we go. Should have done all that first, huh? Battered armor. Alright, not bad. Critical hit damage, Alright. You can get some good crits, I guess. Anything else around here? This guy's following me, I guess. Oh, that was a jump. Okay. Yeah, jumping is, what's the word? Oh, I'm actually getting gold from that. Maybe it is worth breaking things. Fuck, there's a word for it. Whatever. Only when prompted.
Our greatest invention. The Well of Souls. Imagine an end to war. An end to death.
Whoa. That's something. Oh no. Yep, so much for that. I mean, it still seems to be working, but, oh no. Oh, and it be wet. It be wet here.
We need to get you to Professor Hughes.
Okay. You have nothing. You have nothing. Nothing more for me. Oh yeah, definitely looks better in this armor. Huh. That's weird.
We're in one of the storerooms.
Or
See if you can
smashable.
find anything useful.
So this is where they tell you can smash things. Unlike myself, who just smashes things because I can. Hey, there we go. Yeah, some lockpicks. Very good. Oh, the touchscreen gives me the map. I should definitely look to see if there's like a map genie map or something. Oh, greaves are better. Greaves are better. More armor. No more crit damage, but still. Lockpick. Ooh, lots of stuff. Yep. Equip some gloves. Oh, it still says it's new, even though I just added to the number. That's annoying. That it? That seems to be it. Oh. Loot weapon. Hey, a shield! To block enemy attacks. Try equipping it now. Counts as armor. Crude iron kite shield. Whoa. Alright.
Wait. Do you hear something? More to
Yep.
offer.
Please for me, mortal.
You're going to need more than just that sword. That one had a bow. Get it?
Which one had a bow? That one. As a secondary weapon, you say. Crude birch longbow. Okay. Now it's going to tell me how to switch weapons so I can use it. Oh, shit, what? So that's that. How do I use it, though? Did I miss something? Oh, there's an actual brightness meter. I want to be able to see things. Yeah, turn it all the way up. That'll be fine. Camera sensitivity. There it is. Triangle is secondary weapon. Oh, do I not get to zoom in?
Archers up ahead. Best shoot them before they see us.
They have already seen us.
It's over. Go, go!
There's some gold. Come on, come on. There we go. Oh, you dodged it. Out of ammo. Okay, they refill on their own. Good. Leg plates. Let's see. What are documents? Yep, they are better. All right, getting some metal from the waist up, from the ground up. We're getting some metal. Too faded to be of value. Okay. I mean, I'll keep it there for now, but it's probably going to junk. I don't know. Is it going to be used for something?
Daggers are deadly if you catch an enemy unaware. Their speed more than makes up for their size.
Special kind of weapon preferred by rogues. Yeah, less damage, very fast speed. So let's try them at the moment. See what it's like. Ooh, chest. Yep, got some rusty gauntlets. Haven't found the rusty chest piece yet. Not sure if I like these yet, but I'll wait till I face an enemy with them. Wait. Yep, don't have the chest piece yet. Kind of odd.
More up ahead. If you can sneak up on them with your daggers, you should be able to finish them quickly and quietly.
R1 to enter stealth mode. Fills up and turns red as awareness of your presence increases. Sneak attacks! Stealth kill. Daggers and Fey Blades both enable you to perform special stealth attacks. Cool. And there's Dented Cuirass. Oh yeah, it's definitely better. And yep, that fills up.
Look at the mortal burn and scatter.
Well, they're all dead anyway. 11 gold from Detect Hidden skill. Yeah, let's take a look at the rest of the stuff here, eh? Abilities. Oh, so this is my tree, huh? Might, Finesse, and Sorcery. I'm sure it'll give me a, what was I trying to say? It'll give me a tutorial eventually on how these work, but at the moment, I think I only have passive stuff. Yeah. Longsword mastery. Dagger mastery doesn't even have one. Wait, what does though? Assassin's art. Unlocks new sneak attacks with daggers or fey blades. Sorcery does... Oh, it has... Stormbolt. What? I have magic? Okay, maybe I don't. I think I probably like the sword better, but,
Cave
whoa.
blossoms only respond in the presence of magic. Perhaps there is more to you than it seems.
Looks like I'm about to get the magic explanation. Old R2 asks us your abilities and press square for your Stormbolt ability.
Incredible.
Nice.
What are you?
Good question. I do not know. Regarding the spiders. Hughes, per your request, we finally got the spider problem under control. Claude will try to take credit for an efficient cleansing with his Praetorians, but I feel he overstates his case and fails to recognize the value that my own quick thinking and scholarly work provided on this successful operation. While overseeing the spider purge, I noticed that those guards who were affected by spider venom exhibited stiffness of joints and tightening of skin, symptoms which suggest a possible solution for the internal cohesion problems of some of the well's creations. I would have studied these symptoms in more depth at the time, but the guards willfully and flagrantly disobeyed my orders to delay application of antitoxins. As such, I requested we capture some of these spiders in order to harvest their venom for future testing. Furthermore, I trust that these insubordinate guards will be punished immediately. For my steadfast pursuit of knowledge, I require no medal nor promotion. All I would ask is that you please reassign me off the subject disposal detail. Goran. Okay, spider memo. Hold on a second. Alright, so I have magic. Nice. Wait. I think I have 2 things there. Alright. That there, and anything else here? Hi.
Come on! There's no time to waste!
Okay, you don't have anything new for me. Yeah, shut up. What do we got? Wait, robes are different? A different thing? Torn robes. Nope, they count as chest pieces, but yeah. Wait. Torn robes was better? Robes replace both your torso and leg armor, which is why I only have my panties on right now. So, okay. 8 plus 12 is... Yeah, 20 is better than 15. But also that gives mana regen. I see. Mana potion and serpent's venom. Increase the damage you do with poison-based attacks. Did I do something by hitting this? I guess not. Mana does regen though, so. I think I'm actually gonna put the longsword back on. Okay. That's not a thing. That is a thing. Give me the chest. Hand wraps. Yeah, they go along with that robe I got, but this is just straight up better. Depends on what build I'd be going for. And hello! You can change your build at any time, but I'm currently spec'ing for melee. Though I will use spells when I can. A staff. Staves are a type of weapon preferred by mages. Try equipping now. Fire damage.
It completely covered the tunnel. Maybe you can use that staff to burn a path through.
Okay. So this will be useful for whenever I need fire.
Spiders, burn them! Burn,
Burn
them!
Oh, it was not letting me dodge. Okay, so this is a magic attack that doesn't use mana. But, still might prefer not using that. Loot the spider sec. Oh, jeez. Sure. Anything else? What'd I get? Something tells me I'll be using the menus a lot. Flimsy greaves. Old boots. Is that what I got? No, old shoes is what I got. How do you look? Sandals! Yeah, I think this is all going to junk. The junk? Yeah, probably. I'll keep these because they're actual things. Oop. Alright. Not much range on it, I guess. These guys are weak to fire, so... Okay. Anything else?
Hurry, get out of here!
Yeah, shut up, Encel. Yeah, this is a very slow weapon. I'm only using it because the spiders are weak to it.
Yet alive! And who is this? That's what I intend to find out. She came out of the well.
What? She better get inside to see the old man. Quick! Before those Twatha make another push.
This is where we part ways. But take whatever you want from this armory. We might have a few things that would fit you. Just make sure you get your shoes. We can hold off the Tuatha here.
Wait, what is that?
He's directly ahead, in his study. Just keep going past the top of the well. He needs to see you. Right now, you're the most valuable thing in his world. I'll see you on the outside.
Oh dear.
Fate wills it. Go on. There isn't time to waste. I'll see you
Oh,
on the
okay, so I
outside.
only had that option there?
Scholars are soft.
Okay, well, I missed that. Where, if I go to load game, oh, I can't save right now. Interesting. The autosave, was that 36:44? 2 minutes ago? What? I need to know what that was first. Hold on. Oh, the percentage next to that is the chance you will succeed at the dialogue option, such as getting extra money or items from the NPC. According to the persuasion skill raises chance. I haven't run into any negative side effects with attempting and failing these sort of checks, other than the fact that you don't get a bonus and you can't try again. Okay. I should have tried that, but it was only 5%, so I don't think I would have succeeded. So I'm not going to reload or do anything. I do wish I could save, though. Let's see, who else is here?
You come out of the well and the Tuatha show up. That can't be a coincidence.
It's kind of the other way around, but alright.
Simple cloth frees your body and mind. That's why mages prefer it. Leather armor is thin, but will give you the speed to reach an enemy's throat. Ah, plate armor. Nothing protects quite like layers of impervious metal.
Indeed. So I just got a lot of what I collected along the way, I think. What'd I get here? Yeah, another set of daggers. More battered armor. Yeah, that is durability, isn't it? Another dented cuirass. Torn robes. Rusty leg plates. Old shoes. Yeah. Repair kit restores a small amount of durability to an item. Durability. So that's going to be something that'll probably be annoying later. But yeah, right now I'm kind of going with soldier build. We'll see about that.
If you can walk, you don't need my help.
Fair enough. These breakables? Yes, they are. Sorry I'm breaking all your stuff, guys. But it has money, so I'll take it. Oh, is that not the way to go? Okay. This way, then. Okay. You can better view by pressing R3. I guess it kind of zooms in. Alright, so that's a temporary thing. And doesn't work while I'm moving. However... Okay, no, it does not work as a zoom in with the bow. Well, progress. Experiments are now successfully recreating bodies 97.5% of the time. Any missing limbs or extra fingers are now probably how the original subject looked, rather than a... Is this the voice I used for him before? I kind of gave him a rough voice because I didn't realize he was a scientist. And then the other thing I kind of gave the Brendan Lee Mulligan voice, since I've been watching some of Dimension 20. Yeah. Rather than end in a magical flux on our end. However, full revivification still eludes us. Even with increased testing, products are nothing more than inert lumps of skin and bone. Although the occasional spasm or twitch does allow hope for a full success in the future. I know some of you complain that we should use cadavers and skip the corpse recreation altogether, but you must know we'd never be allowed to experiment on a subject's actual body. We may be working to recreate life, but that hardly allows us to desecrate the dead. Any further complaints can be brought to me directly. Fulmer Hughes. There's probably no point in me taking all of these. Oh, jeez. Can I walk into this? No. No, I can't. But maybe I can sell them later. Or they have another use. We'll see. We'll see. in we go. Oh, I caught a glimpse of that tip. It looks like we get to, like, equip... there are items with sockets for equipping gems and whatnot. That'll be useful. There he is!
You've made it! And look at you! Even with all you've been through. The Tuatha, your return from the dead? Please forgive me. You must be terribly confused by all of this. I am Fomerus Hughes, and this is my laboratory.
Yeah, I knew I was using the wrong voice.
Everything you see here is dedicated to one thing: the well of souls.
Would have been more appropriate to
pursuit
use
of
the
immortality. And you're my first success.
Brennan Lee
If we
Mulligan's
only had
voice.
the time, there's so much we might learn from one another. Too much to explain right now. The Tuatha have come to stop my work, but I don't believe they know about you. Not yet.
The only ones who do are dead.
Getting you out of here safely. You're the only proof of what we've achieved here. I may not be able to save the well, but I can ensure that its only success is safe. In the Feylands, miles away from the front lines. I thought we were safe enough from the war, but it seems some of the Tuatha found their way here anyway.
Also, why are you all gnomes?
Of course you do. Please, we must hurry. You don't know. They're called the Tuatha. They were once Fey folk of the Winter Court, but they've been twisted by their Lord Gadflow. How could they have found us out here? We're miles away from the front lines. The war has never touched Dalentarth.
Dalentarth?
Why attack the well? The Fey are complicated. I could write 10 volumes on the effects of immortality on their pseudo-feudal court system alone. I am Fomerus Hughes, scholar of Vivification Prime Circle. We're standing above my life's work, the Well of Souls. And there's so much to learn about you, though. I imagine it's all a bit muddled. A side effect of the prismere? Shape of the basin? No. If only we had more time.
Yep, he's definitely the scientist in charge.
I wish I could tell you more, but your death is a mystery to me as well. It seems that your memory died with your body.
I used
You
my
see, the
bow
well is
last,
designed
so
to
shut
capture
up.
the soul of someone recently deceased, recreating their physical form within its waters. Simple, really. Your rebirth is
Wait,
the first
so-
thing I truly call a success.
Wait,
There have been others, but the results weren't quite right.
okay, putting all that together, it recreates the form of the recently deceased, which means my original body is out there somewhere. Dead, but still.
The Tuatha are a radical splinter of the Fae. Insane, bloodthirsty, and immortal. Even when they die, their essence returns home to be reborn later.
Oh.
They hate mortals like you and me, and want us wiped off the face of Amalur.
Amalur
I
is like
can only
the
imagine
planet
how much
then,
they hate
okay.
the idea of mortals being reborn. It's been my life's work. Decades of research with a singular goal, ending death itself. And now, you're the only proof that it's a success. But why did it work on you and no one else? What makes you different from the others?
I don't know, because
So
I'm
many
hot.
questions to ask, and if we're to get any answers, we've got to get you someplace safe. Good, good. We can't waste time. Yes, you're right. I got my notes, but you stay safe. It's just that you're... Wait, where are you going?
Fascinating.
I didn't...
Simply
What?
astounding.
What happened?
I'm not certain what's caused it, but somehow... yes, as I was saying, I'm not sure what... Perhaps I should go see.
Sir! Mr. Hughes! The Tuatha have breached the lab! They're inside the lab!
That's an arrow. Oh no. Woo!
No! We've got to get you out of here now! Quickly!
I mean, I'm sure we can take our time
Follow the
a
path to
bit.
the town of Gorhart. Find Agath. He's a friend, and he may be able to help. No matter what
Aga.
else, stay alive!
Oh no. Ah! Where were you hiding that? That's more than half as long as you are tall. Where were you hiding that? Oh dear. Escape the tower. Yeah. Let me loot the tower first, though. Alistar Town. Alistar, of course. Wait, can I not? Can I go over here? Why is it on the map? It's weird. Alright, we're going. Ah! Yep. A sprint that makes sense. I probably could have snuck up on him, but there's a crit. Nice. Alright. Oh, that's a chest. Kind of blended in. Is that? Nope, that is the bottom of a pillar, not a chest.
Get moving, you brute! Tear this tower apart!
Oh, here's a boss battle. Mini boss, who knows? Ah! Woohoo! Woohoo! Haha! Woohoo! Alright, actually stunned it somehow. Oh shit! Alright! I don't know what that was, but that was cool! Yep. Doubled my experience too, I guess? So you kill it either way, but you get more experience for tapping square. Oh, I can loot him. Oh shit. A shard. Shards are for sage crafting, can be used to craft powerful gems. Alright, take a look at what we got here. Accessories! Plus 5 health. Oh, we have 2 ring slots. Cool. Much like D&D. Sagecraft pouch. Alright. Energies of protection. Okay. What was the other thing? Venom Guard? Decreases poison damage received. Cool. Well, not just above half health. Alistar Glade. Teeth of Naros gets its name from the massive rock spires. Yada yada yada, and the tower has fallen. Okay. Out of Darkness, reborn! We have started the game, finally. Oh, and I can level up. Oh, shit. Okay. Alright, so we started with 1 detect hidden and mercantile and 2 in lockpicking. So I don't have to worry about that quite yet. Persuasion. Bribe cost for crime are decreased by 20%. Increase. Okay. So, I mean, yeah, I gotta start putting into persuasion. I always like persuading people in this game. Let's see. Oh dear. Dispelling, I may have to put some into that as well, but let's start with persuasion. Oh, I have 3 points for these. I kind of feel like I should do it, just one in each. Oh, we'll see. Let's see. Scepter Mastery, Staff Mastery, Arcane Weaponry. Ah, Scepters and staffs. Might. I already have Longsword. There's also Brutal Weapon. A Charge Special. Ooh. And the Hammer. I probably won't use that. We'll see. Harpoon. Snag an enemy and pull it back to you. They have the opposite effect with larger enemies, which would be pulling me towards them, which is also not bad. Level damage mitigation while blocking. Dagger Mastery, I don't have that yet. Charge Special. Longbow Mastery. Shadow Flare. Shadow Magic. Right, that's what I have already. There was something that they suggested. What was it? Mark of Flame. Casting. I'll remember what these are. Oh, longsword, great sword. Quake! I was told Quake is really good. Smash the ground, cause a tremor, damaging enemies in the area, cast a spell rapidly in succession. Oh yeah, that's why they suggested it, is that it is, what was it? It's one of the only spells with a combo. Requires 5 points in might abilities. Huh. Okay. Well, as much as I'd like to just focus on might, I do kind of want to spread these out, so it may take me a while to get to that. And I think these are active, so I guess it only is purchased if I have a number there, right? Yeah. I'm not sure if I like the bow yet, because I can't really zoom in. We'll see what happens. Feyblade. Yeah, I'll put one in daggers. And then one in staff? I mean, we have the staff, so it makes sense. Okay. Quests. Into the light. Speak with a Fate Weaver in Gorhart. Fate Weaver named Agarth. Moves. Upheaval. A delayed attack with a longsword that launches your enemy into the air. Okay. Right. Backstab. Charge shot hold. Silent Scythe with the Feyblade. We'll see if stealth is the way I end up going. Scepter charge shot. Shield. Wait, hold on. Block the moment right before an enemy attack hits for you to parry it. Of course. This is a new thing. Okay. Oh, it's already mapped. Okay. Yeah. Alright, so let's see what is around here.
Thank Matharu, another survivor. Are there any more? I suppose that's a little bit of kindness from fate. May those still trapped inside rest peacefully.
Interesting, accent.
This was supposed to be a nice isolated grove. So much for that. Morris Hughes was one of the greatest minds of our generation. The Well of Souls was a dream that was almost too good to come true.
And in its last moments, it was successful.
Who knows why the Tuatha hate mortals? Who knows why the Fae do half the things they do?
You're
The
very
well
talkative.
was a beautiful dream, an end to death, a cure to tragedy. It would have made war pointless. It could have saved the world. We should have known it was too good to exist. Now our friends have paid the price. Stay safe. We'll be moving soon.
Yep, there's some gold. Star Thistle. Some reagents are more difficult to harvest than others. Invest in the alchemy skill to improve your ability to harvest reagents. Yeah, because it didn't give me any when I harvested. Oh. Probably go in the water, huh?
I saw you fighting there. We could have used more of you. Did they really
Thank
have
you.
a troll?
Yes!
I don't know how the Tuatha found us, but if they had a troll, it couldn't have been an accident. Fate was kind to collapse that doorway behind you, or they would have chased us into the glade. We started building here when they found Prismere in the mines nearby. Never thought we'd see Tuatha this far out west, though.
What race are you guys? Are you called gnomes? Because you're either gnomes or halflings.
Fate weavers? Ah, charlatans. You swears by them. But I'll be damned if I trust my future to some cards.
Oh, the cards we saw in the opening.
Hughes ran off, you say? I wouldn't worry too much. The old man's tougher than he looks, and he's always got a plan.
He ran into the fray. I don't really know.
They're technically a type of wild fae. Related to the fae of the summer and winter courts, actually. Dangerous enough in the wild. The Tuatha also using their army. I never did trust fae to begin with. Well, those Tuatha are the worst sort. They waged some sort of holy war against humans and Alpha for years now.
Alfar.
But the front's
Is
all
that
the way
where you
out
are?
east. What are they doing out here? How did they know about this place?
Also, yes, if you haven't already guessed, and if you aren't familiar with the other games I've played, I go through all the conversation options.
The well was incredible, but it took armloads of Prismere crystals to keep the thing active. That's why we built it so close to the Stone Candle mines. They even put in a few tunnels to deliver the crystals directly into the well. I told them it wasn't safe. Looks like I was right. Again. Good luck out there.
Wait a second, hold on. Yes, I can save. Good. Oh, you actually do talk, okay. You had a name, so I figured.
Survivor? But I've never seen you in the tower. Were you one of the professor's assistants in the downstairs projects? Did he escape with you? That sounds like him. Professor Hughes was very thoughtful. I mean, he is very thoughtful. I'm sure he found a way to get out. He must have!
I honestly hope he shows up later in the game.
Alistar is remote enough that we don't get a lot of visitors. And with our research, fewer visitors means fewer questions. Oh, you mean Agav? He visits Hughes every once in a while. I never could figure out why they got along. He's friendly enough, if a bit odd. You should be able to find him in Gorhart, just down the road, past the ruins. You can't miss it. We all knew Fomerus was a genius, but I'll admit, even I had my doubts about him being able to bring the dead back to life. Guess the Tuatha weren't very pleased that it worked. I just don't understand the Tuatha. I mean, most Fae aren't violent. The wild ones can be, but no more than any forest animal. But the Tuatha are some sort of cult among the Winter Fae. Before they invaded Erethel, no one could have imagined the Fae ever marching to war. Brilliant idea, the Well of Souls. Plucks dead people out of the ether, rebuilds their body, and brings them back to life. At least that's what it was supposed to do. Guess we'll never know if it worked now.
I mean, it worked for me.
We should be safe here. At least a little longer.
They all had the same prompts. But, yeah. But different things to say. That was pretty nice. Oh, so dive. Signet of Dusk. What is that? Damage at night. Cool. Can I go in here? Or not yet? It looks like there's something there, but I guess that I have to come around from a different angle. Oh. Poison! You've contracted a disease! To be cured, either visit a healer or drink a cure disease potion. The alchemy skill can make your own potions. All current effects are represented by an icon on the right side of the screen, and also view all your current effects from the status page of the pause menu. Ow! Okay. What fucking disease do I have? Binder's lesions. Mine is 15% armor. Fuck. Well, we'll see what goes on in here. Alright, first of all, I mean, I could just go and load the save. I saved right before jumping in here. Well, actually, it was before talking to the guys. So yeah, I'm gonna save first. Lock picking. Difficulty very easy. Skill 2. Pick lock. R to adjust the angle of the pick. L to start moving the slider. If the pick's at the correct angle, lock will unlock. Okay. I got stuff. Dispel ward. Press X when the cursor is above a glyph to break it. Glyphs will reveal themselves after a time. Miss and all glyphs reseal. Oh, will reseal. Glyphs reseal fast and others. Be careful the order you break them in. Got it! That went faster than I expected. A new weapon, too. Weapon. Primary. Ruthless longsword. Definitely better. And it looks cooler. Armor. Some leather gloves. Oh, an armor socket as well. And yeah, they're better than my gauntlets. Huh. Wait, do I have... No, I don't. Should probably use one of these, though. Ah, shit. There we go. Crude iron hammer. A hammer. Hammer. Crushing, knocking down enemies. Let's take a look, shall we? Poof! That's big. Fine cotton shoes. Not better. Okay, not quite as slow as I thought it might be, but I'm going back to the longsword. Okay, that's it in here. That potion healed me up well, but I do need to find an actual healer. Or make myself a cure disease potion. Cure disease! Jeez, I was not expecting that. Let's check the rest of the lake first. And yay, I can swim faster! Shadow Prism. Pressing circle on your mini-map. Press the yeah. Reagent. Excellent. Used in crafting and alchemy workbenches. I'm glad some of that worked. Did I not get anything from that? Oh, come on. Alright, I'm not going to kill them if I don't get anything. Another crude iron hammer? Alright. Alright. There's stuff. I got another... Yeah, they're both the same thing. Shadow Prism. Creates a timed explosion that can attract the attention of surrounding enemies. So it's a flashbang, I guess. Or something like that. What have we here? Shrine of Mitharu. Temporary bonus. Mitharu's protection. Yep, effects. Health regen. That's cool. Oh, this way. Ah, move, damn it.
You. I remember you. You're...
Oh, you were one of the people at the cart that dumped us down there.
How did you find me here? When I saw you with Edsel in the well, I ran. But it wasn't because I was afraid. I was coming to report that Hughes's experiment had succeeded.
And you
The
ran
Red
right into a
Souls
bear?
is bigger than just one gnome's pet.
You are gnomes!
My
Okay.
contact pays well for information about its progress. I just send reports to make some money on the side.
Oh, really?
But I don't know how
You the
Tuatha
reason?
found out. This has nothing to do with them. I never wanted anyone to get hurt.
Yeah, that's how it always happens.
I
Yeah,
don't have...
succeed.
Okay. Here. It's all I've got. Plus what I got paid for the information. I don't want any part of this. I'm going home to Odessa.
Alright. Got that. Did I miss any of the reagents on the way? Probably. Okay. So that was cool. And thanks to the protection, I'm
This sort of thing never happened in Odessa.
regenerating the health I lost. Oh. Stone Candle Mines. This is where I'm supposed to go, though, with Garth. Well, what I'm going to do is save, and then, head to the mines, because why not? Always like to go off the beaten path first. You know what I should do? The bow doesn't seem to be that good yet. So for my secondary weapon, I'm going to take those daggers. Oh, it's, I thought it was still moving, but it was ragdolling. New location discovered, Stone Candle Mines. Wonder if there's actual reason for us to go in here. We'll see. That is a way to go, but I wanted to check here first. Wait, if that's... Okay. Sure, let's go this way first. Oh? Nice of you to say that. I do not see any at the moment, though. Haha. Ah, motherfuck! Ow. Well, that's nice. What? Kobolds! Okay, you done? Damn ambushes. Alright, at least I know that I can handle this place. think... Let me check something. Let's turn that back on and see what happens. Nope. Ow! My healing's gone too. Oh, come on, I was holding block. Oh, I think I blocked that. Ah! Alright. That's nice. Hood of skinning. Iron daggers, cotton shoes. I get a hood? Yeah, headpiece. Excellent. And I have hide headwear on, so... Oh. Maybe it doesn't count for hoods because we can still see the face. But, yeah, let's see if that's a thing. Hide helmet off. On. There we go. Birch scepter. Long-range weapon preferred by mages. Yeah, not gonna bother with that, I don't think. You know what? Let's give it a shot. And it has a utility socket. Okay. Sure, I'll keep that on for now. I can always just go into my menu mid-battle and switch weapons. So, if I can sneak up on these guys. Which I cannot. That doesn't help. Okay. Oop. Lockpicking easy. Okay. Ah. There we go. Oh, an iron helm. That's better. That'll match what I currently have. Critical hit, bleeding, and then... Oh, geez, 20 more armor. Yeah, I'll put that on. It matches the rest except for my gauntlets. Even though, you know, I can't see my headwear. Oh shit, what? Acquired a gem. Gems are powerful enhancements that can be added to weapons and armor at a sage crafting workbench. Okay, so I can't do it right now. Hold on. Gonna go through this first. See what we got. What was it? Cotton shoes. Oh! It's... Okay, so. Currently have the crude iron kite shield, blocks 6 damage, and has 11 armor. Talisman of the fire shield, 10 armor. Requires sorcery 3. I can't even use it. But blocks 4 damage, elemental resistance, and fire resistance. So yeah, can't use it anyway. Socket into an armor socket to increase the armor's effectiveness to fire. I mean, I think... No, it's green, but it doesn't have a socket. You have a socket. How do I do that? Wait, hold on. Do I have to do it from... Not accessories, it was items. Oh, right, I have to be at a sage crafting bench. Cool. Alright. Ah! Did I go all the way down that way? I don't think I did. I don't think I can actually continue this way. Unless... Oh no, that's a jump down there. Which is... Nope, that's back towards the entrance. I will do that, but I think there was a direction I missed. A branching path. Yeah, I think I looted something here, but I didn't go all the way this way. Right, fought some kobolds there. Whoa! Is that the tower? I think that's the tower that we were just in. And there's an autosave. A good sign, I'm sure. Ooh, hard. Alright, what I'm gonna do is save first. Oh, wait, lockpicking skill 2? No, I mean, I have to. Right? Oh. Okay, that wasn't too hard. Squire's buckler and fine iron daggers. Okay, hold on. First of all, I want this to be not a scepter, but a dagger, and we'll go with the fine iron daggers, right? Okay. Crude iron 8, 10, 12. There we go. Armor, what did we get? It was a shield, right? Squire's buckler. Just straight up better. Gives me more health. That's about it. Does not look as good, though. But yeah, this is a dead end. I think we walked past that when we were going through. Alright. Now we shall go. So I want this to be showing. So whatever weapon you use last shows as sheathed. Did I save before this and then didn't unlock it? Probably. Cotton Cow, leather leggings, trousers. Wait, is that better? Yeah. I guess just leather is better than rusty. That is... yeah, alright. Oh man. We're gonna really look like a whole amalgam of things, aren't we? Not better. Oh wait, I was missing something. Oh. Glad I went back in. Oh, there's a trap right in front of this. Not what I wanted to press. No way. Didn't even move it. Crude iron greaves. I don't think that's better, but I'm gonna check. Wait, are they're feet? From flimsy to crude iron, there is no difference except probably appearance. Oh, and the flimsy ones have more durability. Oh, no. Nope, they look exactly the same. Now we're back here, the entrance. Excellent. Let's leave. Yeah, there's a tiny little section to give you options of loot and show you how to do some things like, hey, here's what traps look like. Also, these are kobolds. Always better in the daylight. Whether or not I actually get reagents from it, it's still worth checking. Huh. Probably be sometime later when I need reagents. Hey, another human!
You've come from the tower, haven't you?
Oh, it's a
Name's
guard!
Agar. Maybe you can help an
Agar.
old Fate Weaver, eh? Fate Weavers look at the great tapestry of fate. The threads will tell us how a life will unfold. But knowing the future and being able to change it are two very different things.
Why are you telling me about the disease now? I already knew that.
Did he? Poor old Fomerus Hughes. He respected the way the world works. What a shame. He's probably dead by now. When he started his experiments here, he asked me if they'd ever be successful. The cards told me that the Well of Souls would work, but its success would come on the day that Hughes was to die.
Oh.
The old man took it pretty well, honestly. Although we did a lot of drinking after that.
Can you give me some help?
I suppose I could spare a little help in memory of Hughes, or in celebration of his success. Whichever.
Receive greater health regen and mana regen potions. Very good.
You really don't know much, do you? A Fate Weaver taps into the threads of fate and channels that energy through a focus. My order prefers cards. The cards are unique to each Fate Weaver, since we all see the weave differently.
Fascinating. That's okay, I was dead too. I like that.
You're the one. Then that means it all makes sense now. The cards this morning. I drew the Gravedigger, the Running Man, and the Beast.
Prepare yourself. They're coming.
Oh shit. Oh, they broke out of the tower. Great. Perform special attacks and defeat enemies to gather threads of fate energy. So that's what that symbol is. Whoa! When your fate meter is full, which they just filled it so we could do this, fate symbol pulse, you can use fate energy to enter reckoning mode. Reckoning mode greatly increases your speed and attack power, lasts until either your fate meter runs out, or you fate shift an enemy. As you defeat enemies in reckoning mode, their fates will begin to unravel. Move near an unraveling enemy, press your X to perform a fate shift. This uses your remaining fate energy to destroy all unraveling foes and grants you an experience bonus. So that's what that was. And them. Okay. That's why the tip said, make sure to defeat everyone before ending reckoning mode. Are you going to talk to me?
What?
Yes.
How? What are you? The threads of fate. I've seen them before, but I've never seen anyone manipulate them like that. You just changed how the world was supposed to work. How did you do that?
Protagonist powers. I don't know, I just did it.
You just... Fate is the will of the gods. No mortal should be able to change it. How is that even possible? I'm going to do a reading. You might be able to change the threads, but fate will still have a plan for you. I promise not to tell you if I see your death.
Do you always see death?
It's a gift. Some people paint landscapes, other people write poetry. I peer into the weave of fate's tapestry and see people's deaths.
Is this why you sent me?
That would be my guess. He was an academic, but he had a proper respect for fate's plan, unlike most gnomes.
Heh. Fine, show me my fate.
You're nervous. Relax.
Should probably
This
find a
is what
voice
fate
for her,
weavers
huh?
do. I'll be seeing your place in the pattern of destiny. Who you are, what
Whoa.
you've done, where your path takes you. Or, at least, I should be. You're real, right? I swear, I haven't had that much.
Wait, so he can't see my fate, and now he's wondering if I'm real. I mean, I figure that's not a bad compliment to wonder if I'm real.
Fate's weave is always hard to see. It's in motion, hard to make out, but undeniably there. Yours is just... missing. This doesn't make sense. All mortal creatures have a place in the pattern. You should have one too, dead or not. If this is true, and I'm not saying I believe it, then your path is yours to determine.
Oh shit, what? Unlock destinies! Fateless One, which is what we started as. Well, we have equipped, I guess. Huh. Newly resurrected, your fate is blank, formless, and ready to be forged into the shape of your choosing. Rogue! Unlike many of the warriors of Amalur, rogues prefer to fight from far away or from behind, or by dishonorable means, and usually by surprise. As a rogue, you sneak, dodge, and slather weapons with poison to gain the advantage in combat. Get range attack damage, damage resistance while dodging, and piercing damage. Brawler! With this destiny, you are a formidable melee combatant. You can withstand a lot of punishment, and it is usually more efficient for you to block or suffer an attack rather than dodge one. Melee attack efficiency and block efficacy. Seeker. With this destiny, you are a jack of all trades, proficient in all forms of combat. Whether in melee, at a distance, or magical combat, you will rarely find yourself without recourse. You are comfortable with the trappings of mage, warrior, and rogue alike. Acolyte. As an acolyte, you are devoted to the arcane and mastery of elemental forces. You prefer to destroy your opponents with raw magic rather than crude or mundane methods. So for this, you get melee attack, damage, ranged, magic attack. Equip requirements reduced by 25%. Why would you ever choose anything but this? I mean, let's... Okay, so these are all tier 2 for each one, huh? I see. Those are the requirements up there for being able to equip these. And I guess I'll be able to change these at will. But also, yeah, since I set 1 in each, I have 2 in each now, which means I can get Seeker. I'm gonna do that. What did you see?
I can see the threads around you, but they're shifting, changing so rapidly, I can't make sense of them. Normally, the threads would guide my hand to the cards, and I'd use those cards to see your pattern in the weave. But it just didn't happen. They wouldn't focus. So either there's something wrong with me, and there isn't, or there's something very wrong with you.
Well, let's see. What was the first line we heard in this game? From the beginning, we were wrong. You're terrible at this. Nah. What does this mean?
It could mean nothing, or it could mean everything. The world is changing. You might be a sign of that, or maybe the cause. I've never had a reason to doubt my own readings, but we should consult with Arden. He's not a friend, but he's got a good eye for the tapestry. I'll meet you at his home to the east.
Co-worker,
I'm going to see if I can be of any help to the wounded at the tower. Once I was Agarth the Unyielding, the Blade of Avgrim. I wrestled the Colossus Priestess and declined knighthood by the High King of the Fae. I was a hero of men, but that wasn't enough for me. I joined the Fate Weavers, hoping to find a way to conquer destiny itself. Turns out fate is the one thing I couldn't fight. You can find Arden's little cottage in the middle of Joven. Had to move there when he got run out of town. He's a damn good Fate Weaver, but that doesn't make you very popular. Especially not in dark days like these.
Everyone dying due to war or disease or whatever. You go to the Fate Weaver, like, yeah, no, you're one of those. You're gonna die soon.
We are all threads in the tapestry of fate, measured, woven, and cut according to a great plan. Fate Weavers undertake the task of reading those threads. Our title always was a bitter lie, since we have no control over how that tapestry is woven. But you do. And when a Fate Weaver looks at your place in the weave, we see only the shapes of what you may choose to become. The Fate Weavers were once a great, unified order of sages from all the mortal races. We foretold the destinies of kings and gods. But that power takes a toll. Nobody likes bad news. And all the news in the world is getting worse. The Order splintered long ago. Now the old traditions are all but lost. And all I foretell is the fate of my beer. And I see it being empty soon. Hughes was always an odd one. Curious and determined as any of his kind, sure. He never shut up about his work. But he always knew what was important. He didn't worry about dying as long as he knew he'd get the well working. The Tuatha aren't like any Fae I've ever known. They're cruel, bloodthirsty, and savage. Why, they're practically human.
Well, that's certainly something.
That's just it. I don't know if you've got one, but that's why we're going to see Arden. He lives in a little hut to the east in Yulven. I'll meet you there.
What could this all mean?
Jack of all trades! Probably for equipping a destiny. Oh, do you have side quests already? First of all, get the Essence of Fate. Loot the bodies we just killed. I guess Essence of Fate is going to be a common thing that shows up now. So we came over here and that instantly happened, so... Ah, I got that. Ember Eyes.
Still here, huh? Can't quite decide if you want to hear what the cards say, can you?
Wait, why? Why is there still a question mark then?
That's just it. I don't... He lives in a little hut to the east. What could this all mean?
I guess you're what? Part of a quest? Yep, greater health and greater mana regen. So it's the regeneration rate. Wait, where are the... Threads of Fate that I just got. I don't know what those are. Oh, you know what I should do? I'll start at the bottom, why not? Let's see what I'm moving to junk. This junk I'll just be selling. I'll probably get a better idea of what is worth selling later on. Right, and I still need to find a healer for this goddamn disease we got. That's annoying. Legend of Dead Kell. Oh, is this one of the DLC stuff? Hold on. Report to Rathier, level 10 plus. Let's not do that yet. And also, Teeth of Naros. So, wait, signed special delivery. Travel to Gorhart. I received a package of special items. They are currently being stored in a chest in Gorhart Village. I should go there to claim them. So, this is Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning. It is a remaster of Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. And includes all of the DLC. Which means we have a bunch of DLC stuff we get to go and pick up. And also some DLC quests. I think I'll leave this... No, I want to do this. Because then I'll make sure to get that as soon as we get to town. But that is in Gorhart, right? Yeah, that's in Gorhart. Before I do anything, I haven't saved in a bit. Before I do that, there's a chest right there. X, damn it. Scepter of Dusk. Leather armor and cotton robes. Wait, leather armor. Hold on. Huh. It's actually pretty good. If I ever want to use one of those. Yep, that's better. I mean, rogue style of better, I guess, but still worth it. Dalentarth stone.
Of all the songs in halls of lore,
Every
there
lore
echoes
stone.
none more grand.
Permanent
than
bonus.
Odin's many feats of might, the pure and lady of the light. She is a knight of golden knot. She is the cure seeker, the conscience of the summer fae. She is the heart of spring, of day.
It gives me a little song and poem. That's really nice. If I go to status, lore stones, I see Dalentarth. Reward Olin's will. Poison resistance. Oh, I need to find all of them in Dalentarth. And yeah, it gives me this little poem to get poison resistance. That's cool! So yeah, as you explore the world of Amalur, you will discover a wide array of lore, snippets of history, mythology, and more, which contribute to your understanding of the world and grant you experience. Lore is collectible, so finding all the lore in a given area will grant an additional experience bonus. Here you may review all of the bits of lore you've collected thus far. Cool! Also, yeah, Destinies is here. So yeah, we can switch Destinies whenever. Yeah, we started with Fateless one. We got all these, but also, this might have been a DLC one, I'm not sure. Very cool. Actually, fuck it, I'm saving again. Which, oh. Haha. It's getting about time to end the stream. Abilities. Oh yeah, these. So, I kind of want to. I want to play more. This is good so far. It's a good start. It starts about as slow as you'd expect from a game like this, and that's not a not an insult. Huh? Hi there. I'm tempted to attack that thing, but it is not violent, so I will not. It might be part of a side quest later, we'll see. It's been a while since I've played a game like this. Like, yeah, I've been playing a bunch of RPGs, but... Oh, we're gonna get a cutscene as soon as we go over there. Discovered Goreheart. You're now able to fast travel this location from the world map. If you'd like to fast travel, press triangle, switch from the local map to the world map. So, okay, that'll be a thing. World map, select locations discovered and fast travel. Okay, so... Alright, so the tower, the mines, each of these are... fast travel. Why can I go to Arden's hut? Already.
Everyone just stand back. The warden can't work when you're crowding so close. Go back to your business. Go on.
Yeah, sure.
Greetings.
I don't care what you race. It's a tragedy whenever anyone's savage like this. Just look at the poor creature. She's been beaten to the brink of death. The Fae may be strange, but they certainly don't deserve this. I've spent most of my life dealing with them, but they aren't like us. Not at the core.
Always go through the optional
They don't
options
know what
first.
it means to be a man who sweats to feed his family. Goreheart has become a sort of refuge for those settlers who wish to live a life free of Fae. I don't see that lasting. Not with the war. Not with everything changing.
It's got whoever's on the ground just kind of moaning while we
We
talk.
keep a precarious peace with the Court of Summer, one that's tested every day. I lie awake at night worrying what kind of disaster awaits me in the morning. But we're a good community full of good people. We have our eccentrics, sure, But we work hard and live quietly. That's the best anyone can do these days. Peaceful Fae make up the tribe known as the Court of Summer.
Of course,
We are
it's
led by
summer
a king
versus
in a
winter.
faraway city, hidden from mortal eyes. That's about all I know. Little more than rumors and stories from my youth. I'm the Warden of Goreheart, and a poor one at that. I've been back from the war for only 6 months and been Warden for less than 2. Now here I am with an injured Fae on my doorstep. I'm a disgrace. Our fate rests in the hands of a few chosen who fight in the east. You wouldn't even know it in Goreheart. We're miles away from the smoke and the screams. I don't know what the Tuatha would be doing this far from the front lines. It must be something vital to their interests. They're a wicked breed, though, and I pity the man who meets up with them in these darkened forests.
We've killed a bunch so far.
It appears she was attacked with some manner of short blade, likely a dagger, although there's no way I can be sure. People simply stood by as she called for help. No one lifted a finger.
Jeez.
Can you imagine? It's shameful to treat another in such a way, even if she is a Fae. I don't know whether we possess the knowledge to treat such a wound. Frankly, I don't even know if I could save a mortal with such grievous wounds.
Got a healing potion?
It's difficult to say. We've been plagued by the Red Legion for days.
Red
But
Legion?
it's not their way to go after the Fae in the area. They like their targets mortal.
No, that
In
must be
case
the
you haven't
Tuatha.
heard, there have been some Tuatha sighting in the woods to the west. So that's
Where I
also
just
a
came from.
possibility. It's unlikely, though. Well, you're the only one. With all the troubles we've suffered in this village, people are weary of adversity. They'd rather just ignore it. I'm going to suggest something a bit untraditional. There's a Fae named Eri. She spends her days up on the hill overlooking the village. Seek her wisdom. I would do it, but I am a coward. That's the truth. Perhaps a Fae will know how to heal a Fae.
I'm the sheriff and a
If not,
coward.
then we're back where we started. I've seen many bandit clans in the Crystal War and back home, but these men are a particular breed. They like their victims weak and bloody. The Red Legion has been a presence in the area for several weeks now. Our people are scared to show their faces after dark. She spends her days in the precipice overlooking the village. She doesn't think we're aware of her presence, but we most certainly are. Hope you stay in town.
Building bridges. Okay, can't deal with you. So I can probably talk to, like, everyone, but also I saw a chest over here. Just in case. Oh, really? Didn't even have to move it. Gridiron kite shield, cloud fish. Another one of these. Building bridges. Oh, wait, hold on. There we go, local map. Merchant, alchemy, special deliveries chest. Okay. Let's take the actual road in, shall we? Yep. Got some gold. Special delivery! Oh, geez, okay. Running Man, the Tower, the Beast, the Forge, Guardian, Stuff, Mountain, Truth, Flame, the Field. This is, yep. Oh man, we're getting a shit ton of stuff. Probably can't equip some of it. This is a lot. Inventory limit 66 of 70. Come on. Oh, let me hold it. Damn it. Wait, if I just close it and confident. Uncommon coolness. New twist of fate. Take all. There we go. Limits of your character's inventory. Limit can be further increased. Purchase of backpacks. Okay. What did it allow me to take? The Running Man hood. Oh, and there's set bonuses. Interesting. Card of Desperation. Okay, do I want to wear the Running Man right now? Okay, this matches, so this will give me more. This is not quite as good as that helm, but it'll be part of the set bonus. So I might as well put it on. Wait. Yeah, I've gone on too long, but I want to see what this looks like first. Oh, I couldn't grab that bit, huh? Not bad. Alright, is there a merchant where I can get a backpack so I can get the rest of this stuff? Mage alchemy? Sure. Okay, sure. It's about time for me to sign off, but, was that a quest? I don't want another quest yet. Oh, yeah, I guess, but... Sure, I'll talk to you.
You there? Do you feel nauseous? Itchy? Have you noticed any blood leaking from your eye sockets? I've been noticing the symptoms everywhere.
What?
No, this situation could not be any worse. If the Red Legion is involved, then we could all be staring death in the face. What have I done?
Character provides services. You can enter their service menu by pressing triangle. Okay, can I buy a... No, you're just... Okay, yeah. Do not have enough. Oh, wait, no! I might! Hold on. Sell all junk! Haha! Sold 18 items.
Why ask questions when you could never understand the answers? It's clear your prowess is not with wit, but with a weapon.
Okay.
If you must know, something of value has been stolen. An alchemical formula that, if released, could cause untold devastation. I see its symptoms everywhere. Only my apprentice, Karth, and I knew of my work on the formula, but he's gone missing as well. It was an early version, unstable.
I shouldn't have started this yet.
Dangers. My hope is to develop a weapon that the Alfar can bring against our common enemy, the Tuatha. To say more would be to reveal my secrets. All I can say is that it involves legions, goiters, and a good deal of... His name was Karth Hilfred. I found him one morning outside my door, picking through the ember eyes. I was impressed how well... I've never seen one so eager to learn. I do not deserve such goodwill after what I've engineered. If disaster... I'm not sure where Karth may have gone, but I knew that before he came to me, he found shelter in the ancient chambers of Agnurfar Hall, an Iraqi ruin east of Gorhart. Once you've ensured Karth's safety, you must learn what's happened to my formula. When you do, destroy it. It's the only way to keep us safe.
He probably released it.
Goodbye.
Okay. Well, I was able to clear some of my inventory, so I can get more stuff out of the box. But yeah, I think I have a bit much. I need to find the actual merchant. Yeah, new quest recipe for trouble. Got it. So actually, what I'm gonna do, yeah. Actually, armor. Let's undo the Running Man stuff. Running Man stuff is actually better in a few places. But what I want to do right now, because I think I can put things in here? No, I can't, can I? I really should have looked first and like only gotten a few things. My inventory, I can get another 18 items, I guess. Weapons. Ooh, Vigilant Armor. Queerest chances. Yeah. This looks like a sword I could use. Purple. I don't know what those are. The Valley. The Guardian as well. There's the Running Man boots. I might as well take them. Dowsing Rod. Compass of Fate. There's a lot of, like, I want so many of these, but I don't know what counts as an item and not, and what doesn't. Omni Blades. It's probably, yeah, the Fate stuff is probably what I want, yeah? Chakram? Okay. Now let's see about those. Oh, it was a great sword. I guess I can use those? Slow speed. No, I wanted the long sword. So it might be back in there. Fate's brand was a... Oh no, that's a great sword. Fey blades. Fate's... And Omni blades. Ooh, those are cool. And better than these. Okay, what do we got? Vigilant Helm. Yeah, I can't use that yet, but this... Let's put on... Oops. The Vigilant. Yeah, health and melee block efficiency. Also stun duration. Health. Oh, and it's red! Justice. I guess that sound was for the full set. 5% experience bonus while in reckoning mode. Armor, block efficiency. Okay, so currently using this. 14, 14. Spinning Tom's Anvil, block 6. Oh, blocks and plus 5%. Fate, Destiny's Spiral it is. That does not match the picture there, but I don't care. Compass of Fate, magical device that reacts to the threads of fate weaving around its target's mind and heart. Magic rod that help you find special elements usable in alchemy. Does just having this mean I have +1 persuasion? Because I like that. Or, yeah, because I can't use it. Oh, that's great. I should probably sell these, eh? Huh. Doesn't quite match. My head looks a bit small. But, yeah, I'll leave the sword. Wait, was there an actual... Could I tell... Eyes. Fate's curve. Fate's stem? No, it's not that. It's arbor. Fate's edge. It must be Fate's edge. Yep. And it's better. Just straight up better. And reckoning duration. Ooh, nice. What's this called again? It's the Vigilant. Okay, there we go. Alright, there's a lot around here. There's a lot. But, wait, that's...
Cast down the brothers of St. Odwig's. Only when they fall to earth will they realize they are not above us. Help me to expose the mission for what it truly is. A prison of ideas in which they hope to keep us locked away forever. And I tell you, your mind must not be caged.
I'll talk to you later. But right now, I need to be done. Okay. Well, let's see about a raid, shall we? Actually, if I exit, what does that do? Don't really need to, but I did just save, so yeah. Oh, and the music didn't even change. Good to know. Alright, let's see who's online. Ooh, got a lot of options. Oh, Lanny Patora's playing Bully. I've heard that's a good game, but something about the premise never really appealed to me. I'll definitely be watching this when it goes up on YouTube later, but you guys can go and watch it now. Have fun! And until next time, this is the Pirate King, signing off. Have a good night.